Hello, guys. Good evening. Welcome to the session today. Hope you all can see my screen, right? Can you guys confirm once? Okay. So thanks for confirming. So let us start the session, guys. So if you remember yesterday, we have seen the basic concepts related to the why we need the Google Cloud platform. And after that, I have told you what is the difference between the on-premises and the cloud. And after that, I have also told you how we can able to for example, if I wanted to work with a Google Cloud platform, what are the various services are there? The category of services also I have told you. So, so as a data engineer, or not only a data engineer, sir, if I wanted to work with a Google Cloud platform services, whether I am a data engineer today, or if someone is a DevOps engineer, or if someone is a developer, or someone is a solution architect or lead engineer, whatever it is. If someone wanted to interact with the GCP services, so what are the ways that are there in the GCP? If they wanted to interact with the GCP services, that we are going to learn today. So there are three different various ways that we can able to work with the Google Cloud Platform services. So the interaction method, sir, we have a plenty of services in the Google Cloud Platform. You can see here we have a compute services, IAM services, networking services, big data services, storage and database services. If I wanted to interact with these services, sir, can you tell me what are the ways that we can able to interact with it? So that is nothing but we have a very first method, that is console, and we can go to the cloud shell, and the third method is cloud SDK. The fourth method is third party tools. Okay, so we have total 4 ways that we can able to interact with the GCP services. Let us learn one by one today, so that we can able to efficiently we can able to work with each and every service in the GCP. Okay, so for starting with the first topic, so how to interact with the GCP, we are going to start with console, sir. Okay, the very first method that we are going to see is that console. If I wanted to interact with the GCP services, okay, if I wanted to interact with the GCP services, so this is one of the method. Console is one of the method. Sir, what is a console? Sir, console is a user interface. So how we are going to interact with the services here? Here we are going to interact with the services via user interface or a graphical user interface. It is a browser based or a web based graphical user interface tool. So it is a web based graphical user interface. So if you wanted to interact with the GCP services, you need to interact it via web. So you need to have an internet connection. You need to go to the web browser. You have to open the Google Cloud Console, and you have to interact it via WhatsApp. If I wanted to interact with the services, we are going to use user interface. Okay, so that is what is our first method. So if you wanted to interact with the services, we are going to use in user interface, sir. So that is the reason it is called as a web-based graphical user interface tool. Okay, so sir, can you tell me what we can do with this one? You can do anything in the Google Cloud platform with the console. You can do anything. For example, sir, if I wanted to create a bucket, if I wanted to create a bucket, or if I wanted to create some cluster, or provide some or assign some policy, assign some IAM policy, or create some service account. So whatever you wanted to do in the Google Cloud platform, that can be achieved with the help of the console. Console is a one of the method that we can able to interact with the services. Sir, can you show me how the console looks like? What is the home page for the console? Sir, if you wanted to open the console home page, first I'm opening our browser. So as I'm telling you, it is a browser based or web based only. So we have to go to the web, and you need to have a proper internet connection and open console.cloud.google.com. So this is our web page, sir. Console.cloud.google.com. So when you click on it, so this is our home page looks like. I have already created an account, so that is the reason it is not asking me for me to log in. But if you wanted to work with the console, you need to have a proper account. I am going to tell you tomorrow how to create a free tier account, so don't worry about that. Now, so this is how our home page looks like. This is what is console, sir. Console is what is, sir? It is a graphical user interface. See here, if I wanted to create a bucket, so I go to the cloud storage. What I'm doing, sir? Sorry. What I'm trying to do, graphically with our naked eye, we are going to interact with the services. That means we are going to interact with the services visually. So if I have to say how we are going to interact with the services, so if I wanted to say interact with the services in the GCP visually, so we are going to interact via visually. So that is what is nothing but a console, sir. See here, if I wanted to create a bucket, I just click on create bucket. Just to tell you, sir, don't think that I am covering the Google Cloud Storage topic. No, just to tell you, here we can able to create a bucket like this. So this is how we are going to interact with the services. For example, if I wanted to create a cluster, so I click on this data prop. So how we are going to interact it? Via visual interface. So visually we are going to interact with each and every service in the GCP. So that is the reason it is called as a console. Okay, so that is what is console, sir. It is a web-based graphical user interface. If you wanted to interact with the services, here we are going to interact it with the services visually. So how we can do that, sir? What we can do that, sir? Here we can create a bucket, or we can create a cluster, or assign a IAM policy, or create a service account. So anything can be done here. 1 minute, guys. Sorry, guys. So console is a web-based graphical user interface. Here, if I wanted to interact with any of the service, we are going to visually interact with the services. With the help of the console, we can able to create a bucket or create a cluster, assign some IAM policy, or whatever we wanted to do, we can able to achieve with help of the console. So this is what is console, sir. Okay. Similarly, we have a second method, that is, if I wanted to interact with the services, something is visually, that means, can anyone tell me? Can anyone guess it? What could be the second method? Can anyone guess it, guys? Cool. Correct. Using some command or some script, right? So that
Yeah,
is
sir.
what.
CLI.
Yeah, correct. Some people are guessing it correct. So if you are interacting with the services via group graphical user interface, the other method can be via commands. Okay, so in Google Cloud Platform, if I wanted to interact with the services, I can also use commands. Okay, so with the help of the commands also, we can able to interact with the GCP services. So that is what is we call as a Cloud Shell. So Cloud Shell is a web-based command line interface. What is this one, sir? It is a command line interface. It is a web-based. Again, you have to look at it. It is a web-based. So Cloud Shell is also available over the web only. It is a browser-based or a web-based command line interface. So if you wanted to interact with any of the service in the GCP, if I wanted to interact with any of the service in the GCP, we are going to use commands or scripts. some code, whatever you can call it as, some script or command or whatever it is. So this is what is Cloud Shell, sir. So with the help of the Cloud Shell, again you can able to interact with the, again you can able to do all of these activities. If you wanted to create a bucket, you can do that. Or if you wanted to assign some IAM policy, create some service account or create a cluster, whatever you wanted to do, all of these things can be done with help of the Cloud Shell also. Okay, so one is graphical user interface, one more is command line interface. With the help of the visual, we are going to interact here. With the help of the commands or scripts, we are going to interact with the services here. Okay, so this is what is console and Cloud Shell, sir. In Cloud Shell, we have two types. Sir, let me gonna show you first a Cloud Shell, how it looks like and where it is available. As I told you, it is also web-based. Let me go to the console. So this is how our Google Cloud homepage looks like. This is how our Google Cloud homepage looks like, sir. So all of these options are here. Let me gonna show you one by one options like this. So this is what we call as a navigation menu or a hamburger menu. You can call it as a left navigation menu or a hamburger menu. Here all the products and services will be listed out. And this is what I usually call it as a project area. Okay, this is project area, sir. If someone wanted to interact with any of the services, all the services in the Google Cloud platform are tagged to the project only. So if I wanted to select any of the project, we come here and we select it. So if I wanted to select a new project, I come here and I select a new project like this. Okay, so this is how we are going to do it. So this is what we call as a project area. And I will tell you what is a project and all of those things I will tell you tomorrow. So don't worry about that. Okay, just to give you some idea. So this is left navigation menu. This is our home page. This is left navigation menu. This is our project area. This is a search box. If you wanted to search any of the service, you can able to search with it here. And here we have Gemini. So you can also, Google has recently introduced Gemini AI. You can also use Gemini AI. And one more thing is that it is a free trial status button. So reward button or free trial status button. You can able to see what is your amount of money left for how many days. And one more thing, on the right side of your free trial status or reward button, you see a activate Cloud Shell button. What you see, sir, it is activate Cloud Shell button. This is what is Cloud Shell, sir. Click on it. Okay, so you click on it. You call it as a shell or Cloud Shell, both are same, sir. Let me give proper name. Okay, you can call it as a Cloud Console and Cloud Shell. Okay, so the names are same. Don't worry about that. Cloud Shell usually we call it as. One is Cloud Console, one is Cloud Shell. So Cloud Shell, how it looks like. So when we click on activate Cloud Shell button, this is what the page looks like, sir. At the bottom, it will open. You can able to drag and drop up and down like this. Okay, so you see here, sir. I can also open this entire Cloud Shell in the next window also. Look at here in the Cloud Shell, you see here, Cloud Shell. So how in a console, how it was project area, similarly, you in the Cloud Shell also you have the project. Every service is every service in the GCP is tagged to the project only. We have to use the services via project only. You can't use a service without the project. Okay, all the billing is done to the project only. Now, if I wanted to open this entire shell environment in the next window, next tab, you can just click on this open a new window. So when you click on it, that entire Cloud Shell environment will open up here. Okay, you don't need to drag and drop, right? So if you wanted to interact, you need to drag and drop. So instead, you can just cancel it here. It is open now here. Okay, so that is how it is. Now look at here. So this is console. This is Cloud Shell. So here I wanted to interact with the Google Cloud platform. Sir, I wanted to list out all the buckets. So assume that. So if I wanted to list out all the buckets in the GCP in Google Cloud Storage, so I can do one thing, that is I can via console. I am doing, look at here, sir. I am doing console. I will go to the cloud storage. So visually I am going to interact it. I will click on the cloud storage. So I can able to list out all the buckets here. Similarly, in the Cloud Shell also you can able to list out all the buckets using the commands. So those commands are gs util ls. So you see here, I can give issue this particular command. It will list out all the buckets now. You see here, the number of buckets are shown. So if something can be achieved using the console can also be achieved using the Cloud Shell. So you listed out all the buckets using the console via visual interface. You listed out all the files via command line interface. So that is what is the difference. Here you need to interact via commands only. Here you need to know how to use the graphical interface. That's it. Okay. Now look at here. So I can create a bucket, I can list out the files, I can do whatever I wanted to do. That is totally fine. The best thing about the console is that console has comes up with the pre-installed client libraries. It comes up with the pre-installed client libraries, sir. Pre-installed client library. So whenever you are actually coming up with a cloud shell already comes up with the pre-installed client libraries such as Python. So you don't need to install Python. You don't need to install Java. You don't need to install Terraform. And you don't need to install some other components like Docker. So you don't need to install kubectl or Kubernetes. So all of these things are pre-installed. That is the advantage that you get here. Because try to understand what is the cloud shell is used for. The cloud shell is used to run your commands or scripts. So if I wanted to run some Python script, I need to have the Python. If I wanted to run some JavaScript, I need to have the Java. So that is the reason the cloud shell comes up with the pre-installed softwares like Python hyphen version. If you wanted to check, you can able to see here Python 3.9.2 is already installed. Java hyphen version, you will be able to see Java OpenJDK 17.0. So Terraform version you can able to see. So all of these softwares are pre-installed. You don't need to install the commonly used softwares. So that is the one more advantage that you get with the Cloud Shell. Cloud Shell, sorry. Cloud Shell comes up with the pre-installed client libraries, sir. Sorry, guys. No. Cloud Shell. Okay, so Cloud Shell. See, even I told you here, the Cloud Shell comes up with the pre-installed softwares. So you can see here Cloud Shell, Python hyphen version. The Python is already installed. Have I installed it? No, it is already installed. Okay, so it already comes up with the pre-installed client libraries such as Python, Java, Terraform, Docker, and many things are there. Okay, so you don't need to specifically install them. That is the advantage with the Cloud Shell. And one more thing, Cloud Shell has two phases. Cloud Shell has two phases, sir. If you ask me, the very first phase is called as terminal. Cloud Shell terminal. The second phase is called as Cloud Shell editor. Okay, Cloud Shell is having two phases, guys. Okay. Okay, so these are the two phases. One is called as a Cloud Shell terminal. One more is called as a Cloud Shell editor. Let me gonna explain you what is the difference. By default, you can able to understand it, but look at here. Cloud Shell terminal, sir. So terminal is purely to run your commands or scripts. So it is purely to run just commands or scripts. Okay, so that is what is terminal. Cloud Shell editor, here you can create some script properly. Okay, it supports version control. So that is the advantage with the editor. It supports version control. Okay, so that is the main difference. Here also you can create script and command. You can run it in the editor, and also in the terminal also you can able to create a command and script. But the editor supports the version control system. That is nothing but your file can have a multiple versions. It supports the Git also, Git versioning. So that is the advantage with the editor. Let me go here. So you see here, guys, by default, actually you should be able to see here, but it is not showing. Okay, this is what is our terminal. This is what we call as a terminal. Okay, so you look at here. So you see here, sorry, let me reconnect it here only. Let me cancel it. Here you call it as a terminal here. You will be able to see that. Okay, so this is terminal, sir. At the top, you will be able to see close terminal means the whatever we have opened is terminal. If you wanted to open the editor, you click on this button. So editor is open. Okay, one is editor, one more is terminal. So in the editor, it supports version control. You see here, source control system, source control is already available. So if you wanted to do some kind of a Git kind of a thing or Git repository, clone it, and if you wanted to do all of those Git actions, you can able to do it from the editor properly. You can able to manage your code here from the Cloud Shell. So that is what is a Cloud Shell editor. And the terminal is mainly used to create some scripts or running some commands interacting with the GCP. Okay, so this is what is the advantage that you get with the Cloud Shell. Cloud Shell has two phases, as I told you. The very first phase we call it as a terminal, and the second phase I call it as a editor. In the terminal, I can create the commands, I can run the commands. In the editor, you can create the scripts, you can run the scripts, and you can also maintain the version controller, and it also supports the Git actions. So that is what is Cloud Shell. Okay, so these are the two things that we have, sir. In Google Cloud Platform, if you wanted to interact with any of the service in the GCP, you can able to do two things. You can able to do it via two things. Okay, so one is console and one more is Cloud Shell. So with the help of the console, with the help of the graphical user interface, you can able to interact. In the Cloud Shell, with the help of the commands, you are going to interact with the services. Okay, so that is what is console. That is what is Cloud Shell. And let me talk about the Cloud SDK also. Okay, so until this one, if anyone have any questions? Sorry, guys. Yes, yes. Please raise your hand if you guys have any questions. Okay. So I would like to know like who is talking. I wanted to know who is talking so that we can able to talk it properly. If you have any questions, guys, please raise your hand first. Okay. So I see that Vidit Gupta. Yeah, you have any question?
Sir, you were telling that this the in Cloud Shell, we have
Yes.
to install that you tell about this GS util. So
No,
it
no,
comes.
Vidit Gupta. So the thing is that, so don't worry about the GS util. Okay, now don't worry about the GS util. Try to understand what is Cloud Shell. Okay, the Cloud Shell is a command line interface. When I say command line interface, with the help of the commands, if you wanted to interact with the services, that you can able to do from the console. Sorry, Cloud Shell. Don't worry about what is GS util, how to work with GS util. Don't worry about that. Okay. So I have not talked because that topic will come there and you will be able to get to know that. Okay. Let's not worry about what is GS util. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And yes, anyone have any other questions? Please raise your hand, guys. I can know. I'll get to know like who is talking. Yes, sir, Prasad Kulkarni. Correct, correct. Editor is like your Visual Code only. So Cloud Shell Editor is like your Visual Studio Code, sir. Okay. So here you can able to edit your code properly, and it is like an IDE kind of environment, integrated development environment. It supports the Git and the source control also. Okay. So that is what. Yeah. Yes, Adi, you have any question? Adi G. Okay, I see no questions. Guys, if you have any question at any point of time, you can just raise your hand. I'll directly come to you. I will stop the topic and I'll directly come to you. If you have any question in between also, just raise your hand. You have the raise your hand option directly available, right? You can directly just ping it so that I'll be able to get to know. Yes, Faraz Khan, you have any question? Correct. Correct. So it's like this, guys. If I have to tell you in a very simple, console is your Windows operating system. Okay, Cloud Shell is your Linux operating system. Okay, in Windows, how do we interact with the services, whatever we wanted to do? Any interaction can be done via Windows operating system. How do we do that? Visually only, right? In Linux operating system, if you have used a Windows laptop or Linux laptop, in Linux, how do you interact? Commands or not? So that's the main difference. Correct. Correct. So those additional functionality is that. So with the Cloud Shell, you can actually integrate. I mean, you can write your Python, you can write your Java. One more advantage is that no. I wanted to install my own software. I wanted to upgrade it or whatever you wanted to do. You can do that. The main intention is that end of the day, whatever the application or a software you have installed on top of the Cloud Shell, that is to interact with the GCP services only. That is the important thing that you have to understand. Whether with the help of the Cloud Shell or the Cloud Console, we are going to interact with the services only. Whether we are writing the Python script or the JavaScript or a Terraform code or the Docker commands, whatever it is, you are going to interact with the GCP services. So try to understand that point. How we are going to interact, sir, how to learn the Linux commands, we have a separate topic. If I want you to show me, so we are going to have separate command, separate topic for the Linux basics. There I will tell you, so how all of these commands are going to work. So we have separate session for the Linux. Okay, so that time I will tell you. Don't worry about, sir, how to learn these commands. Okay, that's not the topic today. Just to tell you, just to make you aware that the interface methods, that's it. That's the main topic today. Okay. Yeah. Yes, Adi. You have any question? Of course, of course. See, okay, okay. No, you're not understanding the point, Adi. You are not understanding the point. What is console? What is console? It is a graphical user interface. How do you install graphical user interface? How do you install Python on graphical user interface? Okay. So you can't install something on the graphical user interface, right? So it's just an interface. So the interface is like your template. Okay, it's like your template. So you go here, sir, I wanted to do something. You can only, for example, if you wanted to delete, you have only these options. You cannot have any other options. Okay, I wanted to copy and so for example, assume that, sir, I have a file here. I wanted to copy and paste it in a one more bucket. The functionality does not work like that. Google Cloud Storage does not work like that. So it is a plug. It is like a template. So in the template, it supports only few actions. You can only do that actions. You cannot go beyond that. Okay. So wherever you go, console is console. Okay, console is just a user interface. You wanted to see something, you can do it. By with a naked eye, I'll do like I click and create. So what I'm doing with the naked eye, I'm doing something. So that is what. So even you go AWS or Azure or wherever it is, IBM Cloud. So the console is a graphical user interface. A Cloud Shell is a command line interface. Some people wanted to use the graphical interface because they are not good at coding. Some people use coding or commands to interact with the services because they are good at commands. Some people use both because some aspects of the console, some aspects of the services are very good with the console, some aspects are very good with the commands. To automate something using the commands is easy. So there are its own ways. Let's not debate on that. So the important thing is that you can use console as well as cloud shell. It's your wish. Okay, it's your wish if you wanted to do anything. Yeah. Okay, so again, if anyone have any questions, I do not see anyone raised hand. Yeah, okay. So now come back to here. So we have console, we have cloud shell. So the third method is also there. SDK, cloud SDK. Okay. So cloud SDK is also similar to the command line interface, but it is local based. It is a local based command line interface. So what is this one, sir? It is local based command line interface. So if you wanted to interact with any of the services in the GCP, if I wanted to interact any of the services in the GCP, I can use commands or scripts against it. Okay. So the main difference with the console as well as Cloud Shell and Cloud SDK is that, sir, Cloud Console as well as Cloud Shell both are browser based. Both are what, sir? Both are browser based. So you can see here, if you wanted to interact with any of the services, so you have to go to the browser and you have to open the console. And similarly, if you wanted to interact with any of the service in the Google Cloud Platform via Cloud Shell, you are going to the browser and again you are interacting with the services using the console. It is also browser based. This is also browser based. But Cloud SDK is there, which is installed on top of your local machine. Okay, Cloud SDK is a local based command line interface, sir. See here, this is my local machine. It is already installed on top of my local machine. You see here, guys, Google Cloud SDK. So when you click on it, see command line interface opened in my local machine. So which is installed on top of my local machine. Okay, so if I wanted to interact with the GCP services, don't worry about the commands. I will talk about the commands later. Gcloud auth login. I will tell you all of these commands. Don't worry. Okay, so 1 minute. I'm going to copy this command. So first thing is that if you wanted to use Cloud SDK, you need to have a login properly. So that's the reason I'm doing the login now. Let me show you one thing. So this is installed on top of my local machine, sir. See here, the login will be getting successful. Hello. See here, the logged in. We have logged in. Now you can see here. So by default, the project is sent. So earlier, using the console, if using the Cloud Shell, we have issued some command, if you remember. What is that command? GSUtil-ls. It has listed all of these buckets. So, sir, I can also do the same thing from the Cloud SDK also. If I do it, you see here GSUtil-ls. It will also list out all the files. I'm increasing the size. See here. So the interaction is same everywhere. The type of method is different. The thing is that if I wanted to interact with the GCP services, I can do it via Cloud Console. I can do it via Cloud Shell. I can do it via Cloud SDK. Cloud Console is a graphical user interface. Cloud Shell is a command line interface, but it is available over the network, available over the web browser. But Cloud SDK is a local based and it is also a command line interface. So here you need to install a local SDK on top of your local machine, and then you have to issue the commands so that you can able to interact with the GCP services. Okay, so is it clear, guys? Anyone have any question? Please raise your hand. This is our third method. That's it. Here also, with the help of that also, you can able to do all of these things. Whatever you wanted to do, you can able to do it with the help of the Cloud SDK also. Okay, so that is what is Cloud SDK, sir. Okay, simply any interaction if you wanted to do in the Google Cloud Platform services. Okay, if you wanted to work with any of these services in the GCP. So as I told you, in Google Cloud Platform, I have plenty of the services. If I wanted to interact with any of these services, we have total main three methods are there. One is console, Cloud Shell, Cloud SDK. And the fourth method is third-party tools. Let us not worry about the third-party tools. It is like your ETL tool or some other application or some other database. So that is what we call as a third-party tools, and we don't use it commonly. Okay, so third-party tools are like some ETL tools or some visualization tools or some other things. They are going to interact with the GCP services via some service accounts or some authorization keys. They are going to interact. So that is our fourth method. But mainly, we are going to use the console, Cloud Shell, Cloud SDK. First method is console. Second method is Cloud Shell. Third method is Cloud SDK. Console is a user interface. Cloud Shell is commands. Cloud SDK is also commands. Can you guys tell me, user interface is available over the web or not? What about the Cloud Shell, guys? Where it is available? Can you guys tell me? Where?
Web.
And what about the Cloud SDK, sir? Please. So you have to install
Local.
this on top of your local system. So in our upcoming sessions, I will tell you how you can able to install it. If you are very much interested to install it now itself, I will show you how to install it. I have already created the notes for that. So you can see here install SDK. It is like 2 minutes activity. It doesn't take more than that. So if you go to my notes to install the Google Cloud SDK on top of the Windows operating system, if you just click on it, download is started. Okay, download doesn't take much time. It is hardly 5 MB. So once the download is done, you can just click on open and it will be installed. Just I have run this command only, if you remember, gcloud auth login. Browser opens, log into the cloud. That's it. You can issue the commands. Okay, so this is what is. I will tell you in our upcoming sessions also how to install the SDK. Okay, so the topic for today is that how to interact with the GCP services. Now you all of you well aware that there are totally 4 methods are there. Out of 4 methods, we are going to use the 3 methods commonly. One is console, Cloud Shell, Cloud SDK, and third-party tools. Okay. Now, if anyone have any questions, please raise your hand, guys. Yes, Kishore. Bucket and SDK. I don't see. There's no difference. You are. I mean, you are comparing like one MBA guy as well as doctor. Okay. So you are comparing. The comparison is not correct because bucket is a storage container. Okay. And SDK is a software development kit. It's a command line interface. It's an interface software development kit. Okay, it's an software development kit is something that it is like a platform to interact with the GCP services. Okay, it's a software development kit. SDK means software development kit to interact with the GCP services. Okay, a bucket is a storage container in the Google Cloud Storage. To install to store some files inside that, you use container or a bucket. Okay, so there is no difference between them. Okay, they are two different parts. You can't compare actually. Okay. Yeah. Anyone have any other questions, guys? Yes, Prasad. It's that it's installed on top of your local machine. Yes. So it's like this, guys. See, you have a WhatsApp. Okay. You have a WhatsApp. You have WhatsApp web. Just to tell you a simple thing, I want you guys to tell me the answer. Okay, because maybe I'm telling you the cloud SDK, it is like this, cloud shell, it is like this. You are getting confused. You tell me how many WhatsApp versions are available. Can anyone tell me WhatsApp versions? So every day we use WhatsApp, right? How many WhatsApp versions are available? So if I have to tell, in phone you have WhatsApp. In laptop you can also install WhatsApp. Can you use WhatsApp on the web also?
Yeah.
Yes, right. Right. Sir, how you are using the WhatsApp on the phone? You are installing it first, right? You are installing it. Let's not worry about the web now. How you are using the WhatsApp on the laptop? You are again installing. How you are using the web? How you are using the WhatsApp on the web? You are just logging. Okay, it's like logging. Okay, now tell me. This is console. This is console. Okay, anything. Phone or laptop, both are same. Both are two physical devices. You can take anything. Maybe phone. Let us take laptop. Okay, laptop. So now tell me what you are doing for the laptop. You are installing. What is this one? This is your SDK. Now tell me why we are installing and why we are logging. Even though you installed, you have installed WhatsApp on laptop, do you do the login or you directly use it? Of course, that is what we are doing in the SDK also. So if you are installing something, it doesn't mean that it directly connect to your account. Okay. So if you are installing, it doesn't directly connect it to your account. You have to log in again here also. Okay. Here also, if you install the WhatsApp on your laptop, you have to log in again here also, right? So that is the difference. You tell me whether it's logically correct or not. Okay. Right. So I think the question is answered. Okay. Anyone have any other questions? Yes, Adi. Do you have any question? No, I'm not talking about the buckets, guys. I'm not talking about the buckets. Bucket is not the topic today. Okay. Bucket topic will come after 5 days. Yeah. Anyone have any other questions? Okay, that's perfect. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you some overview, guys, because so some terminology you need to understand because sometime I'm using the project. Sir, what is mean by project? Some people may not be able to understand. Sometime using the service or resource may not be able to understand it. So I wanted to give some terminology so that whenever I'm talking something, you will get to know. Okay. So first things first. So this is what is our console. So if I wanted to, so this is my console, sir. So if I wanted to enter into the console, console.cloud.google.com, we are going to enter. So this is our home page. This is our home page. Okay. Now I'll come here and I'll paste the home page here. What I will do, some terminology I wanted to set up. First thing, sir, usually I will be calling this as my left navigation menu from now on. Okay, what is this my? If this is called as a left navigation from now on. So whenever I go, sir, click on the left navigation menu, that means you have to say you have to go here. This is what is our left navigation menu. A list of products or services are listed on here. Okay, so that is what is my left navigation menu. Next thing, sir, this is my project area. Okay, so this is my project area, sir. If I say go to the project area and click on the select the project properly, if I say that you directly go to this particular area, you directly go here and click on this area, you have a plenty of projects. If I tell you to select the test project, you click on test project. Okay, so what is this one, sir? This is our project area. Okay, what is project? I will tell you. Don't worry. So now this is project area. The next thing is that search box. If you don't find something, I will say that go to the search box and find that particular service. If I say that what you have to do is that if I tell you find the data proc service, so you should not be able to, what you will usually do is that you will go to the console, you click on this one and you wanted to find the data proc, you will not be able to find it. Or you can click on the more products, you will be able to drag, go down, go down, go down, go down, and you will go down, still go down, and somewhere you will be having data proc. Okay, it's still down. Yeah, here it is. Data proc. So this is how if you are using the left navigation menu to select some service, it is taking a lot of time for you. So in that case, what I will tell you to, you go to the search box and search for that particular service, data proc. So you will be able to search that and click on that service. Okay, so this is what is the search box. Okay, if I tell you go to the search box means this is what is our search box. Sir. Okay, and the next thing is that, so I will tell you activate the Cloud Shell button. So when I say activate the Cloud Shell button, what you have to do is that you click on this particular button so that when you click on it, you should also ensure that a bottom some Cloud Shell is getting activated. Okay, so this is what is something that you have to ensure. Okay, so when you click on this activate Cloud Shell button and the bottom, the terminal is getting opened. If I say open the editor, you click on open the editor. Click on the open editor, the editor will be opening here. Okay, so these are the things, the basic things I want you guys to understand first. One is left navigation menu, project area, search box. We have a Cloud Shell button. In the Cloud Shell, we have both. If I say go to the Cloud Shell editor, you should not ask me, sir, you did not say what is editor. So when you go to the Cloud Shell, in the Cloud Shell, we have two things. One is editor, one more is terminal. So you activate the Cloud Shell, you click on the editor so that the Cloud Shell is opened. Sir, now you told me how to select the project. For example, in the sorry, let me close this thing. Okay, sir, for example, if I wanted to select a new project, you come here and you select a different project. Sir, can we do the same thing in the Cloud Shell also? Because the interaction method is via project only. So if I wanted to change the one more project, can you tell me, sir, what is the command? If you wanted to interact with the GCP, you can use console or Cloud Shell. In the Cloud Shell, sir, so the project is morning, but I wanted to change it to the testing project. Can I do that, sir? Yes, of course you can do that. So the command is, I will tell you, gcloud config set project and give the project ID. So that is it. So your project ID will be changed. Now look at here, project ID is changed. Okay, so this is how you can able to select the project from the Cloud Shell as well as Cloud Console also. The same command in the Cloud SDK also. You can use the same command. You see here in the command, what is the project it is? Morning batch it is there. So if you wanted to change the project, you give the same command and click on enter, your project is changed. It will say, you see here, your project is changed. Okay, so this is how, if you wanted to know, you will get to know like this. Okay, so here the command is also here, gcloud config set project, the project ID we have to give. That's it. Okay, so this is how we have all of these components one by one. One is left navigation menu, project area, search box, Cloud Shell button. So you have to use all of these things. And this is your area where we are going to interact with the services. Okay, I think this is clear. Next topic I wanted to tell, that is our final topic today, which is very, very important aspect. Try to understand. Many times I'm telling you project to project. Okay, it's already 9:55. It is not a good idea to tell now. So I'm going to tell you that tomorrow, sir. So project creation. How to create the project? While creating the project, we have three parameters. One is project name, project ID, project number. I will tell you tomorrow what is project name, what is project ID, what is project number, how to provide the details, and who is providing the details. So I am going to tell you that tomorrow one by one. So don't worry about that. So in tomorrow's class, I am going to tell you how to create the project. And once I told you how to create the project, how to enable the API, how to enable the billing. So that is what is our tomorrow's agenda. Okay, in tomorrow's agenda, I'm going to tell you how to create a project, how to enable the billing, how to manage the billing, and how to enable the APIs and services. Okay, so that is what is our tomorrow's agenda. I will also tell you how to create a free tier account tomorrow. Okay, these are the four things that we are going to cover. So I'm going to stop the session here for today. If anyone have any questions on any of the topics so far, please raise your hand, guys. Please raise your. Correct. Yeah, not top level, but usually we will be having a top container is organization. So I will tell you in our upcoming session. Organization will be having folders, will be having projects, and will be having services. So these are the hierarchy. Okay, this is the hierarchy. Your top root node is the organization node. So this is what it is. But all the services will be tagged to the project only. Okay, so that is what it is. I will talk about this one later. So I'm not talking about that point. That point will come actually. Don't worry about that. So that point is actually comes here. So we have a plenty of topics, guys. I'm telling you each and every point. I'm going to talk about it later. So that point, whatever I have told you, right? So that will come here. So look at here. So we have an organization, folders, projects, and resource. So assume that you may be thinking like a developer. So for you as a developer, you may be thinking that I need to learn about the service. I am going to work on the service. So your actions are limited to the project only. But for the company will be having plenty of the projects. Company, for example, assume that example.com is one of the company. That company may be having plenty of the departments, human resource department, engineering department, sales department. The company, each department will be having multiple projects. Each project we are going to use multiple services in the GCP. Okay, this is what is called as a hierarchy. So organization node is the root node. Folders and projects and services are the descendants of that particular node. Okay, so that we are going to cover in our upcoming sessions. Don't worry about it. What is the main advantage of using this hierarchy? I will tell you in our upcoming sessions. Okay. Yeah. So these are just basics only, guys. We are at very, very basic sessions. So don't think about the upcoming sessions. Everything will be very clear. I'm going to promise you on that. Don't worry about that. Okay. Yeah. So we will be having a lot of things. I'm telling you. Look at here. Roles. For each and every word that I say, it is going to be one topic. Regions, zones, locations. So we just covered until here only. How to interact with the GCP. Okay, so tomorrow I'm going to tell you the console walkthrough. Whatever I told you, right? How to create a project, how to enable all of those things, I will tell you tomorrow. Okay. Anyone have any questions? Anyone raised a hand? I don't see anyone raised a hand. I am going to the chat. I don't see. Sir, hi. Hi, sir. Not a question, but can you please let us know how can we access your notes and videos? Sir, if you wanted to access my notes and videos, what you have to do is that enroll for the course. So maybe I think I'm not sure. Maybe tomorrow you have. Maybe tomorrow they are changing the link. I'm not sure. Just now I got a message saying that please enroll for the course, guys. They may change the link. I'm not sure. The Zoom link may change it. So before that, if you wanted to have uninterrupted sessions, you can just enroll for the course. Okay. For those who will be enrolled, there will be a group created, and I will be sharing you all of these notes and everything so that you can able to have the access and access to the videos also. Okay, I see one more question here. Please correct my understanding. Buckets are similar to the folders. Correct. Buckets are similar to the folders, but I will tell you. Yes. A bucket is nothing but a folder. Yes. Okay. Please, can you speak slowly? Yes. For us, I will try to speak up slowly. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. I think, yeah. At the console and cloud shell, I might have got a little confused or might have given a different name instead of console, instead of cloud shell, I might have given. But yeah. Okay. I see no questions here also. Yeah. No. Okay. Yes, course is mainly designed for the job as well as certification. If you wanted to go for the certification like associate cloud engineer as well as professional data engineer, it is covered. Okay. And additionally, I'm going to give you the dumps also if you wanted to easily. So for those people who wanted to go for certification, we have the dumps clear. Okay. Course duration is 2 months. Daily 1 hour, Monday to Friday. Yes. Okay. I think, yeah. Any question? Yeah. Yeah. Yes, this is it for today. If anyone wanted to just log off, that's totally fine. Sachin, I'm not sure. I may not be able to give you my number. What you can do is that you can connect with the admin. Admin will directly call me so that we can talk. Okay? Yeah. I cannot give my number, but what you can do is that you can always call the admin. Admin will connect with me and we can talk. That's totally fine. The timing of the course is same, guys. The timing is 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Let me just tell you the timings. I think there are few new people joined today. The course duration is 2 months. The timing is 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. The same timing. And the recordings will be shared and material is also shared. For the course fee, you can connect with the admin. Okay, you can connect with the admin team. They will help you on the course fee. Okay, so this is what it is, sir. Hope if anyone wanted to enroll for the course, guys, please do that by tomorrow. So that is what is I just got a message from the admin team. Please do that. Okay, yeah. Anyone have any other question? It's data engineering. It is a data engineering, guys. Okay, so please attend my first demo. Please, if you are not have watched my first demo, I told you what is data engineering. Okay, what is data engineering? What is Google Cloud Platform? I told you that very clearly. Just watch that, because if you watch that, you will get to know what is data engineering. Data engineering itself, it is a role like developer, like DevOps engineer, like that. Okay, itself it is a role, and it is very, very, very famous. Okay, yeah. Anyone have any other questions while I'm here? Yes, for us. Correct. No, 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 not like that. So for us, what happens is that, so morning batch, that batch will complete it. Okay, so think like this. So we are now in April. Okay, so every month one batch will start. Okay, in March we have started morning batch. Okay, morning batch we have started, and 1 month is completed. By next month it will be completed. Okay, March, April, May. Okay, so that means in the May again one more morning batch will start. So we are now April evening batch. The evening batch one more time, May, June. June will start. So something like that. If you attended this evening batch, if you are enrolling for this batch, whatever the batch that is coming, maybe morning or evening, if you wanted to join, for sure you can join. That's not a problem. Okay, that is what I'm talking. Not okay. Sorry. Oh yeah, sure. That's totally fine. Yeah. Okay. Anyone have any questions, guys? Okay, I think, sir, will this help for GCP certification? Of course, Suraj, this is the course mainly for the GCP certification only. Okay, job plus certification. What else we are going to cover here? Okay, other than that. Okay, yeah. Okay, yes. Anyone have any other questions? Will this cover Databricks topic here? No, guys. So we are not covering the Databricks here. Data proc is covered, yes. Okay, okay, okay. I do not see any questions. I think that's totally fine for today. Okay, so lot many things. If I have to talk about lot many things. So we are going to start module one, GCP introduction. This is what is our topic today, GCP interfaces, which is our module two. Okay, and we have GCP locations, IAM and admin, compute options, and go to the data engineering topics. Cloud storage, Cloud SQL, Bigtable. Bigtable is only for basics only. BigQuery and Dataproc. See here, very good content. Data flow. So in addition to the Dataproc, you see here all of these things: Cloud storage, Cloud SQL, Bigtable, BigQuery, Dataproc, Data flow, Cloud PubSub, Composer, Airflow, Data Fusion, Terraform. Okay, all of these things are covered. Yeah. Okay, okay, guys, that is it for today. Anyone have any other questions? Okay, if you are liking the videos or if you're liking the sessions, please enroll for the course. And if you guys have any questions, you can ask me now. Otherwise, we are going to wind up this session for today. Okay, yep. Thank you all. Recordings will be shared to you guys. That's what I told you, right? Recordings will be shared to you to your mails. Okay, recordings plus material will be given it to you. Don't worry on that. Recordings you will be getting to your mail. Okay, every day. Every day. Yeah. I suggest you to watch the live sessions only. Okay, attend the live session so that we can interact, because my sessions are more interactive. Whenever I am covering one topic, I will ask you if you have any questions. So interactive so that you can able to easily understand and clear out your doubts. Okay. Yep. Okay, guys. Thank you all. Have a great day. Bye bye. We will meet tomorrow at the same time. That is 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Bye bye, guys. Thank you all.